Did you write a goal and say, we're going to have 1,000 loan officers by this date? Or are you like, holy crap, I was aiming for 100 and here we are at what, 600, 500?
The truth is of that conversation is I had already been through the 2008 crash. I saw the likeliness of that happening again, the slowdown after 2020 with the C word. And I'm thinking there's no way we could have another year of low rates. And then 21 came and it back-to-back years. And I'm thinking, I've been here before and they're telling us we're going to raise those rates come January. I'm like, and I kept telling my wife, we've been here before. I think we're going to see a huge slowdown. And with these rates, there's not going to be much business. And depending on what happens with the market value, it's going to be no refis, all purchases. This could get interesting, but I knew that all markets react differently. And I'm constantly praying about it. Yeah, to say it, I'm constantly praying. People ask me who my partners are, and I tell them, I said, but I would be doing a disservice if I don't let people know that my biggest partner is God. And I felt like he was calling me, and I'm thinking, I'm getting the sensation that you want me to leave this business and leave California, and you're wanting me to go start over elsewhere. And it wasn't Georgia at first, it was just elsewhere. I said, okay, all right, I want to make sure it's not greed in my head. I want to make sure that it's coming from what I think it's coming from, which is you, God. So therefore, here's the doors that need to open and here's the doors that need to close, starting with the most important one. I've got to go have a talk with my wife, who's very happy living in Northern California right now, and say, hey, I've got this weird feeling.
If you build it, he will come.
That God's saying he wants us to sell everything and move out of state. I'm not sure which state, but eventually that conversation was Georgia. And she kind of said, well, she kind of laughed that day because this business can be tough on a marriage and you don't want to add any more stress. And 2018 was tough, and now we're coming back and things were good. And I'm thinking, am I really, Lord, 2018 was tough on my marriage. Now you're going to try and do this again? Like, please let me know this is not my greed or something, because I don't want to screw that one up again.
I have worked for at least, I'd say 9 different companies in my time of here. And I've been here for a year and a half maybe. And I've also, by the way, probably referred over maybe 10 or 12 people to this company.
Yes, you have. Show off.
Something. I've never had a person that I told about this place come back to me and go, hey, can you help me out here? Because you said that they were available here, or that that onboarding was going to be easy, or you said they're switching, connecting with UWM and the core was going to be easy. Never had one person. In fact, I've had the opposite. When you say God was really tugging at me to do it again, I think he was thinking about the 500 people and not necessarily you. You're just the guy in front of the wagon.
Oh, freedom!
You're just the guy who had the, cahoots to go ahead and do it, and he knew it.
I was so overwhelmed with this thought process, but the thought process was, Rich, you're going to start a new company in the middle of a recession, but I'm going to show you that you heard me right, because it's going to grow. You're going to get to 100. 100's going to turn into 2. 2's going to turn into 4. But in my mind, I kept thinking, okay, 100 by the end of the first year, 200 by the end of the second year, 400 by the end of the third year. But then the numbers they're happening faster, and I'm going, okay, so here's the thing, because I told God, if I'm going to do this, every time someone asks me about my ability or what I did, I'm going to turn it on head and say, I didn't do anything but listen to the voice in my head. And that voice to me was God saying, hey, I've got something else for you. You're more than equipped. Hey, Rich, will you trust me a little bit more than you already have? And I felt that smile right away. I wake up every morning in my life, Tim, and before I get out of bed, I just say a quick prayer. And I don't know how many years I have left on this earth, but I believe truly that the best of my life is still ahead of me. That, people are like, I want to slow down at 57. Man, I don't want to slow down. I feel like this is the best time. God, if you want to bend me, break me, push me, pull me, as long as I know it's you and I'm following that desire of you, man, take me where you want to go. And you guys are recruiting 86% of the people that are here. That doesn't happen, right? Normally you got the owners front facing telling everybody, come work for us. We're good. Like, I don't want to be front-facing.
Those owners are doing that because they have to do that, because their people are not doing that. And the reason their people are not doing that is because the platform is either unfair or
they're different.
It's easy to recruit what you believe in.
I'm not afraid of where I've been. I'm not afraid of the things I've failed at. And there's enough market, and we're only 30% of the market share of all fundings, Tim. So that means there's 70% market share that we can take over from direct lenders. There's more than enough. So what you got to say to close us out?
I just want to thank you.
Choose Mortgage Ballers.
We're going to get it one of these times. We're going to get it. We're just not there yet.
Yeah, we got to work on that.